And here we go. Welcome to Season 2, Episode 13 of The Huddle, our 39th episode overall, dating back to last year. Thanks very much for joining us. I'm Ed Tate from BlueBombers.com. We're coming to you live from our fancy smancy studio here at the Princess Auto Stadium, live on the Blue Bombers YouTube page and on X, from what I understand. And thanks for joining us. We're very pleased to be joined this week by Gabe Wallace, one of the big dudes on the offensive line, maybe the biggest dude. Appreciate you joining us, Gabe.
No, appreciate you having me.
Listen, this is a crazy week because it's a short week. The team didn't practice yesterday, closed practice today, tons of meetings because the game is Thursday, walkthrough practice tomorrow. So really appreciate you finding the time here, Gabe, because it can be craziness on a short week. We're going to follow our usual script like we do for the show, where we'll talk about Gabe's road travel to Winnipeg. We'll take fan questions like we always do. We'll have a jersey giveaway. We're wearing these nice hats to promote Thursday's military appreciation game. Last week we had white T-shirts because it's also a wear white game Thursday against the Ottawa Red Blacks. And we're trending towards another sellout, so appreciate Bomber fans for all that support. Okay. But as we always do, we always begin with the Coors Light Chill Chat, and here's what I have to read. Welcome to the Coors Light Chill Chat, a chance to kick back and get to know the Blue Bombers players a little better. Proudly brought to you by Coors Light, the official beer and the chill choice of the Blue Bombers.
There's regular cold, and then there's the mountains are blue cold. Mountain cold refreshment. Coors Light, the chill choice.
Okay, so this is what we do, Gabe, to kind of get this thing rolling here with it. It's just kind of a bunch of quick hitters. So I looked this up. It says you're 6'6", 340.
Yeah.
Sound about right?
About right.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you feed this machine?
Oh,
that's a lot of food, man. How much?
It's I always have, it used to be my mom's cooking when I lived at home, and she would cook everything. Like, we did a lot of pasta stuff, whole lot of meat, whole lot of, sometimes we just do breakfast for dinner. She just cook up a ton of eggs for me and my brothers, and we do bacon and all that stuff. Nowadays, it's I try and eat a little cleaner, but it's not always the easiest. But other than that, just my wife helps me make a ton of my food. She kind of helps make sure I'm not just eating garbage, so making sure I'm eating the right type of stuff. But yeah, it's a ton of protein, ton of carbs, that kind of thing. Yeah. Trying to stay away from sugars, but I don't say no all the time.
Yeah. Tell me about it. You got to stay at what you're comfortable at, right? Because if you get too heavy, then you can notice it. And the old line, if you get too light, you start getting pushed around, don't you?
Yeah, I've gone through that a bit in college. I kind of ranged from, I had 1 year where I played around between 307 and 310 kind of thing, and then I've had other years where I'm well over 350 kind of thing, and that year over 350 is you feel real strong, but then you go to tie your shoes and you're getting out of breath, stuff like that. And then when I was really down to around 307, I was really just didn't feel as strong. So,
wow.
Right now I'm feeling at a pretty good spot. Right now I'm moving well and feeling real strong. So, yeah, it's kind of a weird balancing act.
I was going to ask you, because you're a big dude, and what's your pregame meal? Because you got to make sure you're not fading out there in the fourth quarter, right?
Right. Really depends. If I'm at home, just eating something at home or whatever, I'll do just whatever we have around the house, whether we have some leftovers, something really low effort, so I can just focus on, whatever we need to focus on for the day. And then if I need something extra, I always get a burrito from somewhere. Maybe two. If I'm on the road, usually me and Chris Golonkowski will get a bowl from somewhere. So in Calgary, we got this really good, I think it was Vietnamese food, and it was a bowl. We added extra proteins and extra eggs and all that stuff. It was really good. So yeah.
I can't imagine what your cheat meal would be. What would be your cheat meal? Oh,
geez. I'd love pizza. Yeah. Pizza's a big one. Has been forever. It'll be whatever pizza I'm getting, usually like to get something with stuffed crust, extra cheese, extra meats, all that. And then I like to have something nice and sweet to finish it off. And,
Okay.
Those are few and far between now.
Yeah.
Those, I really wish I could eat those all the time, but it just doesn't work.
Before we get too far ahead here, I'm going to jump in on the food conversation.
Okay.
Because courtesy of Patty and our food and beverage team, we have this week's food special for the game here in studio. We have the Deluxe Cheeseburger.
Oh my
It's going to be
God.
available at the Redstone Grill and the Gridiron Grills this weekend. But I'm bringing it over for you guys to try. Gabe, you're under no obligation. It is a game. It is a work week. But Ed, we need you to at least try it. But if you want to try it, Gabe,
I just
we have
had
it here
lunch.
for you.
Yeah.
I guess if you guys twist my arm, I'll try it.
Okay. Live television.
Thank you.
Here we go. What is this now, Josh? Again, say what this is.
That is the Deluxe Cheeseburger.
I feel like I should do this from SCTV fans. You have to be older to understand the Dr. Tung's 3D House of Wax or whatever it used to be. Anyway, I used to do this. Look at that. Okay.
All right, well.
That's a big-ass burger.
It is.
Holy moly. Okay, I'm going to take one bite because
Yeah.
I'm contractually obligated. That's pretty damn good. There's tomato, cheese, lettuce.
It's like a one bite review. What do you guys think?
Excellent.
Absolutely.
His endorsements
Yeah.
counts
I'm
more than
gonna-
mine, that's for sure.
I'm going to save this for after the interview, too.
There you go. Go ahead and have it while the interview's going on. That's not going to bug me.
That's right. Deluxe Cheeseburger there.
Okay, Josh.
Food feature of the game.
What is the food feature of the game? Say what it is again.
It's the Deluxe Cheeseburger, and it's going to be at the Red Zone Grills and the Gridiron Grills. So get that at the game on Thursday. It looks delicious from here in the booth. So
It is very delicious.
Tastes delicious.
Okay. I was not prepared for that. Hopefully I don't have food in my teeth or all over my face, but thank you. Thank you for setting that up. Okay, some more quick hitters, Gabe. Talking about food here. Okay. One more food question. Last year, you mentioned Chris Kolonkowski. He was on here, and he talked about you eating sardine sandwiches, and I'm still blown away by this.
Love them.
So, okay, take us through this.
So-
I've never heard of a sardine sandwich.
So I really, growing up, me and my mom would always eat like the canned smoked oysters.
Oh, yeah.
Like loved those. And then I saw the sardines. It was actually when I was trying to lose weight in college because it was. Oh, thank you. No, you're good. They're high in protein, really low in calories. Like it's not crazy high in protein, and they're cheap.
Yeah.
Is the other thing. So yeah, I started making sandwiches. So it's toast. You get some butter on there, like right after it comes out of the toaster, so it melts. You do cheese. I like to do like an aged cheese, so nice and like the stinky cheese kind of thing. My wife hates this meal.
Okay,
and
I
then
can tell why.
yeah, right. And then you do a whole tin of sardines, another piece of toast, and I love them. Yeah.
There's no mustard or any kind of.
Maybe like a little bit of mayo.
Okay.
Just something to kind of help with the consistency, but yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm not
love
sure
'em.
that this is going to have a bunch of people racing to the store to get sardines, but it's not. Doesn't sound.
Yeah,
You
a
have
lot
to
of people
try
don't like it. I've told people that, and some people have tried it and been like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
But for me, I don't know what it is. It's delicious.
Okay, and if you say
Yeah.
it's high in protein,
It
take
is.
your word on it. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
okay.
good.
Sardine sandwiches. You heard it here. More quick hitters.
Mm-hmm.
What do you consider your happy place?
Honestly, just it's got to be either here or just at my house. Like I love just being here. The atmosphere between all the guys, whether it's it's nice. It's not like other teams like my college team and stuff. It was more like the O line was kind of your happy place, and then D line was their own group of guys and stuff like that. Whereas here, it's everybody's cool with everyone. So I like doing that, and our job is to play football.
Yeah.
So you can't beat that.
That's true.
That's really awesome that we get to do that.
That's a good answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, happy place. If you like what you do, it could be your work.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Pet peeve. Is there anything that bugs the crap out of you? Like this fly around?
That's been getting on my nerves. me and my wife were out at lunch just yesterday, actually, and I killed about 3 of those dang flies. Yeah. So, when you're trying to eat a meal and flies are buzzing around or any type of bug, it's the worst.
Okay.
Yeah,
well, that was well timed then. It was. Okay. What do you like to do outside of football?
Started to get back into kind of reading, so just finished a book this past week, actually.
What's the book?
It's called All the Sinners Bleed. It's like a crime thriller, psychological kind of one like that. So really good. It was I really enjoyed it. And then we play video games with the guys when we're just some downtime and stuff like that. And then my other big thing is I love building Lego.
Oh, yeah.
I love Lego, yeah. So
we've got drums of it at our house from when my kids, my youngest guy, he's in his 20s, he still gets stuff. Yeah, it's funny. Okay. Favorite TV show or favorite movie?
I'll give you both.
Okay.
For my movie, it's Heat.
Oh, yeah.
There's Al Pacino and Robert De Niro. Love that movie.
Isn't Val Kilmer in that?
Yeah, Val Kilmer's in it. And then TV show, really like The Sopranos. Love Sopranos. So I'll stick with those two. Those are 2 good answers.
Well, someone said The Wire. I'm hooked on The Wire now, and I got to go back and watch The Sopranos. It's amazing.
Yeah, I love Sopranos.
James Gandolfini.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Best advice you've ever received?
Ooh. Probably from, it was really both my parents. My mom and dad have said it to me separately. But just about kind of, with football and life in general, there's a lot of times that you can't control everything and things get away from you. So, just focusing on what you can control and what you can influence and stuff like that. Just focusing on that it's probably the best advice I've ever gotten because, as much as you wish something to be different, and if it's not up to you, it's not up to you, right?
Yeah.
So just focusing on what you can control.
That's really good advice, and especially so for an athlete, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. This is a different one. We haven't had this one. What celebrity annoys you the most? Is there somebody out there that...
Celebrity that annoys me?
If there's no answer, there's no answer. But is there anybody off the top of your head?
I'm trying to think, you don't really see him anymore. James Corden.
Oh, yes.
He used to bug me a lot. He used to...
Late night TV host.
Right?
Yeah. I wasn't a big fan either.
Just something about him just rubbed me the wrong way.
Yeah. It's hard to put... I'm with you on that. I like that. Okay. You're stranded on an island, and you have one teammate that can help you survive.
Yeah.
Who would you pick?
I'd go with Tui.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. He's a pretty resourceful guy, and he grew up
on an island.
Yeah. So I think he'd be a good choice.
Yeah, that's probably good. Yeah. You're connecting some easy dots there. I like that. Okay, one more, and then we'll get to the next section. Do you have a favorite musical artist that if you had to listen to only one for the rest of your life, who would you pick?
Listen to a lot of Johnny Cash.
Oh, country guy.
Yeah,
okay.
That's been Johnny Cash I've listened to for forever. So my mom's dad used to listen to it all the time. And then my mom always listened to it, and I just carried it on. So I have a ton of Johnny Cash on my phone.
Is that right? Okay, I like that. Okay, we're going to get to the next segment. One more plug for the military appreciation hats, which are in the store now, right, Josh? Yep. Gabe's wearing one. I got one here, too.
I would just say limited time. They're in super high demand. People couldn't wait to get them back, so they are in the store now. If you want one, I would go get one sooner rather than later because they'll probably be gone by game day if I had to guess.
That's crazy, yeah. And we have also, it's our Wear White game on Thursday against Ottawa, and there's lots of white merchandise upstairs in the store, too. So,
and again, those burgers, for those of you that came in late, Red Zone Grill, Gridiron Grill, those are going to be the feature of the game, the Deluxe Cheeseburger, and the boys liked them quite a bit.
If I had not, you got it. Well, next Tuesday, if we're doing this again, let me know because I won't eat lunch. That was a bad call by me to have lunch about 20 minutes before we went on air because I'm full, but excellent. Okay, let's get to part 2 of the show here, Gabe. We call this, especially for the guys we haven't had on before, the road traveled.
Mm-hmm.
So I know I've talked to you a couple times before. I love your road traveled because, and you can fill in some of the blanks here, but Nelson, BC,
Yep.
to New Zealand,
Yes.
then to Salmon Arm,
Yes.
then to St. Andrews College in Ontario, right?
Yep.
And then to University of Buffalo,
Yes,
and
sir.
to Winnipeg. So, okay, there's a couple pit stops in there
Yeah.
the New Zealand one. How did you go from Nelson, BC to New Zealand?
Yeah, excuse me. My dad got a job offer. He was working in forestry at the time. I think it originally was offered we'd be down there for it's like 6 months or a year or something like that. And then things just went really well, and we ended up staying there for, I think, close to 7 years, 6 or 7 years. So we were living on the North Island, which, and from what I remember, the North Island was I liked it a lot more because it was more like beaches and a bit more tropical.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we moved there. Just
How old
loved
were you?
it. I was like 2 when we
Okay,
left. So I was really young. But yeah, I loved it down there. We didn't do any, I always get asked about because I loved playing rugby later on, and we played rugby there like at lunch kind of thing. We never joined a team for rugby or anything like that. It was like, a lot of kids play soccer at lunch and stuff like that. Down there it was rugby. But yeah, I loved it. I can't wait to go back someday.
Oh, yeah, so you haven't been back.
No, unfortunately not. Haven't really
You got
been able to figure it out.
2 older brothers?
Yeah. Leighton is the oldest, so he was actually military.
Yeah.
He's out of it now, but yeah, I got Jake and Leighton, so I'm the baby of the family.
Yeah. So were they playing like rugby, competitive rugby, because they're older?
No, they did inline hockey, so like on the rollerblades kind of thing. Yeah, I think Leighton did that, and then me and Jake just kind of ran around the arena because Mom and Dad would be there as well, so we would just mess around kind of thing. Yeah.
What do you mentioned the beaches on the island. What is that what you remember most? Because when you're 7 or whatever, 5 years old.
Yeah, like me and my brothers. So we lived out on like a farm. So we would just like adventure in the woods and stuff like that. So a lot of what I remember from my time in New Zealand was like running around in the woods and running on beaches and stuff like that. So
that sounds awesome.
Yeah, it was an awesome childhood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then, when you come back to Canada, you've got an interesting story that I'm to credit Taylor Allen from the Free Press. He wrote about last year about how you kind of got into football, and it's about the microwave popcorn story. Maybe you could tell us that story.
Yeah. So we came back to New Zealand, or from New Zealand, sorry, and we played hockey, so we all just loved it, and my older brothers were a lot better at it than I was, I'd say. So started playing that, and that was kind of it. We didn't play any other sports. Jake did track and field, but for me it was I'd play hockey, and then just that was kind of it. And then I think I want to say 10. We were watching, I think it was Lord of the Rings, and my brothers, I like to say they bullied me into making the popcorn just to make them feel a little bad about it. But I went and was making popcorn, and I picked up a big popcorn bowl, and on the bottom of it was another glass bowl that was see-through.
Yeah.
So I picked up the top one, and the bottom one fell, smashed on the floor, and severed the tendon on my toe. So the big toe was supposed to stay out like that, and it was it was drooping down kind of thing when you hung. Yeah, so had to deal with that. I think I did 2 surgeries.
Wow.
So we did the first surgery to repair it, and then the second surgery because it got staph infection. So for quite a while, I was just wearing a big boot, and I had crutches and stuff like that, which just really sucked. I was used to running around and wrestling with my brothers and stuff. Now I had this big boot. But by the time I was ready to get back to actually doing stuff, and it had all healed up. Hockey wasn't going on at the time, and my best friend in elementary school told me I should try out for football. My parents, my mom especially, was like, absolutely not. We didn't follow football or anything like that. And I just joined. I loved it, and ever since it's just been my main sport, I'd say.
So how old would you have been when you first went?
I think I was 11 when I first started.
How big were you when you were 11?
Not crazy. I was bigger than all the other kids.
I was going to say, the football coach.
I'm trying to think. I can't think of a height I was.
Yeah.
I was definitely bigger than all the other kids. The photos from back then look ridiculous.
Yeah.
I wore number 13 because it was the only jersey big enough, but I played right guard.
Okay.
Just looked ridiculous, yeah.
I can imagine. Josh coaches volleyball. I used to coach basketball. When a guy your size walks into the gym or onto the field, it's like, we like that guy right there.
Yeah.
That big guy right there, we want him. Yeah.
We did have to deal quite a bit with my mom just would carry my birth certificate. She'd put it in her purse and carry it around with us because
I had that with my oldest son, too. Other parents get so
just
competitive.
A pain,
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Grade 6 football. That kid's too old. Anyway, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's a cool story in a weird way. How you drop a bowl on your foot and you get sever the tendon, and that leads to your football career.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so why go to St. Andrews College in Ontario because at the time you were in Salmon Arm, right? So how did you get there?
Yeah. So I actually traveled I was in Calgary for there was a Canada rugby event. The Team Canada was hosting an event where it was a combine for kids kind of thing. Mm-hmm. So I was just doing that. It was touch rugby and drills, and you run a 40-yard or whatever. And while I was there, I got seen by a guy from, I think he was the first guy that met me was from UCC, which is St. Andrews' rival. Mm-hmm. And just kind of started talking with them, and he was talking with my parents, and got on the topic of those schools recruit out there in Ontario. And just it kind of just fell into our lap. It was right place, right time to get recruited out to one of those schools. And that same summer, I went to Ontario for playing for Team Alberta for rugby. So I got to meet the coaches that were at St. Andrews and stuff like that. So just kind of it all happened pretty quick. I think it was all within a couple months this all happened. And then moved out there, and it was a boarding school kind of thing. So that was a little weird, leaving home.
How old would you have been then?
I was 16.
Yeah.
So it was pretty weird. I'd been away from my parents before, but not across the country kind of thing. So it was a bit of an adjustment. And yeah.
It sounds like a legit school. Remember Liam Dobson I talked to him last year when he was still here, and he went to, it sounded like not so legit school in the States, and he was proud of being the Canadian. Yeah. That's when he tried to brand himself with a loony.
I've heard.
Yeah, that's not the wisest. You didn't do anything like that at St. Andrews, did you? You didn't brand yourself?
No, I did have one of my buddies gave me a stick and poke tattoo.
Oh.
It's faded now, thankfully. You can see a tiny little bit of it right there.
What did you put on there?
So it was right before rugby season started, and we thought it'd be pretty funny because the rugby shorts are real short, so you can see that part of your thigh. So I tattooed Big Rig. So my mom didn't like that one at all.
Yeah. Well, the thing that should throw you off right away is when people say, "Hey, you can do it yourself tattoo." It's kind of like here's a do it yourself brain surgery. I don't know if that's the right thing.
No, it was pretty funny for the season because I was thinking in my brain I was like, oh, guys are gonna look at my legs because that's where they try and tackle, and they'll see Big Rig and they'll be like, oh, this guy's a.
So that it's not so much the quality of the tattoo, the workmanship, not at all. It's just what it says. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. That was a good time though. That was funny.
That's faded now.
Yeah, it faded
Yeah,
pretty
well.
quickly. It was
You could get it redone. Yeah.
Right.
I could hook you up. My oldest nephew is one of the best tattoo guys in Winnipeg. So,
perfect.
Yeah. If you want big rig, you can. And he'll put a little artistic flair on it. It won't just be
I'll think about
look
it.
like you got it done in prison or something. Okay. So then you're at the University of Buffalo.
Yep.
When did you start to think that hey, maybe I could make a career of this?
Definitely not my first year. I didn't have a very good first year. I'd say probably when I was on the road to starting, so my 2021 season, I believe, was when I started. Like, I got a starter position. And even then it was like, I really wanted that to be the case, but it wasn't always easy to be like, oh, I could make a living doing this. Thank God I do.
Yeah.
I love it, but probably after that first year when I realized like what it took to play at a high level and the type of commitment and the training and stuff you got to do. So probably after that first year of starting in college. Yeah.
So the Bombers drafted you in the second round last year. Do you remember? Did they interview you at the combine or anything? Were you at the combine? I can't remember.
No, so I did
that was here in Winnipeg.
I did my pro day, and then I did
right.
I did like the Tropical Bowl and the CGS Bowl. So I met with the Bombers at the CGS Bowl and had a great chat down there.
Was that Ted Gavaya or Danny?
I believe it was Ted. Yeah. I could be wrong. I apologize if I messed it up, but had a great chat with them, and then didn't hear anything for a while. Kind of just little check-ins here and there, and then I had a call with Kyle, and then that was kind of it. So as far as all the other interviews I got, I didn't think Winnipeg was as interested. I was like, well, I've had like the 2 meetings with Winnipeg, and then I've had 4 or 5 with these other teams, so I was like, I don't think Winnipeg will take me. And then they did, and I was like, let's go, right?
Let's go,
so it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to get to the next chunk, but I always have to ask Josh about the Duron equipment part.
Yeah, do you want me to jump in here for
and
a
the
second?
Jersey giveaway and that sort of thing.
Yeah,
Let's
for
do that
sure.
next.
So first and foremost, thank you as always to Duron Equipment for sponsoring the Jersey giveaway. And today we have another giveaway that we're doing. It's listed in the show as super secret giveaway. So we've arrived at the super secret giveaway. First and foremost, we are giving away a Gabe Wallace jersey, number 61, I believe.
Yep,
right? I got that right. We're giving away a Gabe Wallace jersey to someone in the chat, and we're also giving away a pair of Brad Paisley tickets for the Grey Cup Festival concert series. So we're going to have a link to that in the chat just for there's going to be some information. The show itself is on November 14th at 7:30. That's during Grey Cup week here in Winnipeg. And that will be at Canada Life Center. So
That's the Friday, I think.
that is a Friday. Yep. So we're giving away a pair of tickets today. And it looks like we're going to be giving away a pair of tickets on every single show going forward for the next little bit here. So today is the first day of those giveaways. We're going to give away those Brad Paisley tickets to someone in chat. And also the Gabe Wallace jersey. So one stipulation for the Gabe Wallace jersey, you have to be able to come and pick it up at the stadium in the Bomber store. We can't ship it out, so you have to come and get it. And you sign up for that contest with your email at the link in chat. So sign up with your email, and then a bonus entry. If it's your first time subscribing to the YouTube channel, you get a bonus entry. So Brad Paisley tickets and the jersey giveaway, it's going to be the same link. We're going to pick 2 separate winners for those. And as always, shout out to Duron Equipment for sponsoring that. I think I had something else that I'm now forgetting about.
The Duron Equipment ad?
Yeah, we did that.
Okay.
Jersey giveaway, Brad Paisley tickets giveaway.
We've done the military appreciation. We've done the food.
We've done all that stuff. I'm sure I'll... Oh, right. I have one other thing, actually, before I give the mic back. Our third camera is looks like it's fogging over with a tropical haze. So we won't be cutting back to that camera, so we're just bouncing back and forth. So if you get a little tired of Ed or Gabe's close-up, that's why.
Okay. That's good to know.
And while those entries are rolling in, we're going to take a couple questions before we move on to the next segment. First and foremost, there's a fan that wants to know who Gabe sits next to on the plane.
This year I've sat next to me and Tui sit next to each other. And then this past game, actually, me and Strev sat together. So we make sure to have a spot between us, though, because it's not very comfortable if I have to sit three. Yeah.
I imagine that'd be a little tight.
Yeah, I think last year me and I think for 2 games it was me, Schmeckel, and DA in one row, and that was the most uncomfortable flight I've ever been on. It was like, it was not good.
Well, usually the guy at the front, the flight attendant or the lady at the front will say, "We're unbalanced here. We need somebody to move the other side of the plane." Okay. Yeah. Take another one?
The next question is, does the O-line always eat together on the road? And has Zach ever bought you a dinner?
Yes, we always eat on the road together. And yes, I believe Zach has. I can't remember exactly.
You guys have a favorite spot on the road?
The place we just went to in Toronto, I believe it's called Grappa's, was really good. It was really good pasta there. They had a 4-cheese gnocchi. I'm still thinking about it. So, yeah, that place was really good.
Yeah.
And then I'll ask a question, because last year when we were on the road for the Montreal game, all you guys were at the same steakhouse as the staff there. And we looked over at the food that they were bringing over to your table, and I wasn't sure that they'd have stock for the rest of the restaurant.
Yes.
What was that dinner like, and what'd you get? What's your go-to at a steakhouse?
Oh, that was, I think there I got a tomahawk steak, and I think 2 lobster tail, some sweet potato fries, mushrooms.
It's amazing you can remember your order.
I'm trying to remember. I remember
that restaurant was
delicious.
incredible, though.
Yeah, that one in Montreal was amazing. But I think that was me and Tui actually shared it was like a platter for 4 or 5 that we just split in half. It was awesome. It was awesome, yeah.
That's wicked.
That's funny.
And then before we get on to the next part of the show, there was a lot of buzz in the chat when you were talking about the sardine sandwich.
Yeah.
And one of the top comments there was, "I think I just threw up in my mouth."
Well.
See, you got to try it.
Yeah.
I guess.
We don't all have my exquisite taste, but it's whatever.
Anyways, moving on.
Okay, so you talked to this part we'll call becoming a pro, Gabe, because I thought it was pretty cool that, first of all, you said that you weren't sure if the Bombers were going to draft you, and yet when you got drafted, some of the stuff that I've went back and looked and read from the Bombers coaching staff and management says an awful lot. So this is what Coach O'Shea said last year, that why he liked you, and he said he's got a good mustache, first of all.
Yep.
And then he said that Ted Gavai saw you play quite a bit. He's a massive human being. He's gritty, plays football the way we like it. And then Kyle Walters said he's a big guy, a mauler. He's going to fit into our room. Earlier this year, Pat Neufeld says he brings an attitude, physicality. He said that you and Chris Kolinkowski trained together, and you're an old school grinder. That you got the old face mask.
Yeah.
It is kind of neat how you fit in with that group, don't you think?
Yeah, they make it pretty easy. Right from day one, Chris, Patty, Stan, Tui, all the guys that have been here before, when I got here, they made it really easy. I was really nervous. So I was like, these guys are all pros, and I grew up watching CFL. It's pretty, it was a pretty scary thought. But no, they made it so easy. You can just be yourself. They'll joke around with you about anything. They've helped me out immensely. It's not even, I never thought that you could learn this much in a year, and even today we were going over stuff in practice, and I was like, I wouldn't have even thought of that, but they're helping me out with that stuff. So, yeah, I'm glad I fit in. It's an amazing room to be a part of, and an amazing team to be a part of, especially. But.
Well, you probably could have fit in anywhere, but it's funny how this team seems to value that kind of stuff.
I'm glad.
Your first start was in BC this year, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
It's an interesting story because you said you grew up watching the CFL.
Yes.
Talk about the Adam Bighill story and coming
to... he was like my favorite player growing up. I really wanted to play linebacker, and that never happened. I was always O-line, D-line.
Yeah.
Met him a few times growing up with going to like the youth camps and stuff like that. Still have a signed jersey from him at my parents' place.
How old would you have been when you got that, roughly?
12, 13,
That's crazy,
something like that.
Yeah. And then you end up being teammates.
Yeah, and then another cool thing that I don't think it was anything official because it was just him. In Salmon Arm, we were doing like just an indoor practice at like this little crappy soccer stadium. It's like a warehouse with some turf. And he stopped by, and it was like the coolest thing ever. Got a picture with him. And it was like I didn't talk to him at all because I was like, holy crap, that's Biggie. That was really, really awesome. And then, last year, like going into practice, and you're like, oh, you're lining up across from guys like that, and
that's
Willie
wild.
And stuff like that. It's really cool.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It must be interesting too, because now you're kind of that guy. I mean, I know that you did a lot of stuff, especially in the winter. You went up to Nunavut and did a lot of appearances like that, and now you could be that someone's getting a picture with you, and somewhere where down the road they could be.
Yeah, it would be really cool to. I hope that I get to that level kind of thing. But yeah, I think with the stuff in the off season, it's just a good way to repay. I wish we could always do more, right? But I think it's a good way to just repay, all the people that come out and support us.
Yeah.
I think it's just the least we can do. So
yeah. So you had your first start this year.
Yep.
And you're looking really comfortable at that left guard spot.
Yeah.
One of the things I was asking Pat Neufeld too about you one day, and he said that you've got this switch that flips. And I think a lot of guys in the trenches there have to take on that persona, because you come across here as and then yet he said you're lifting and you got the Pantera going and the heavy metal, and you kind of have to get you're a smiley guy, but when you put the helmet on, you can't be smiley.
Yeah,
right?
you gotta be a little bit of a. I won't say it the right word, but I guess it's a bit of a switch. It's a lot of I've heard people before say like, oh, you can't have a switch; it's always got to be on, blah blah blah. And I agree with that in a sense of focus and all that stuff. But there is like, I'm not going to do what I do in a game to guys at practice kind of thing, and it's just not the right way to do it. And then same thing with lifting. Like sometimes you want to really, kind of punish the weights or something like that, right? So. I
can't say I've ever had that.
You put on some real loud music. You kind of sometimes you whack your head against the bar, kind of thing, and you start doing whatever. So, it's a little thing you gotta have, I think, right?
I need to explore this a little bit more. What do you do to flip the switch then? Just in the movies, some guys slamming into the locker or the Coke machine.
I don't know. I just find it helps to just think of like just crappy stuff. As horrible as that is, it's
got to get in the mood.
Yeah, you got to get in the mood of I don't know. It's a hard one to explain, but with lifting weights, it's a little different than with football. With football, it's a lot easier because I go out there and I just think of everything that I can do to make. My teammates proud and to get their trust and to have them want me to be out there with them. Same with the coaches. And then, with my brothers watching, always send me a text before the game, and my parents and stuff like that. And I want to make them proud as well. So I want to do everything I can to be out there and be a nuisance.
I imagine like a quarterback, his dream play is to throw like a 70-yard bomb, a perfect spiral, and a guy, tiptoe catch for a receiver.
Yeah.
For the left guard, is it just to smack somebody pancake block kind of thing?
I think so. Like, you're always looking for, we don't get a lot of you see like linebackers and stuff, they get those big hits where they're sprinting and another guy's sprinting, they hit them.
Yeah.
We don't get the chance to do that a whole lot. So I think my like dream play is when you're in pass protection, you got no one there, and then like if someone's rushing into Stan or the tackle or into Chris, and you just have a free shot, that's like my favorite play. Yeah, I love that one. Yeah.
All right. Hey, well, listen, we got to leave a section open for more fans that want to ask about the sardine sandwiches and such. So let's do that right now. Let's get to the fan questions.
Let's do it. And first and foremost, speaking of parents, Mom's hanging out in chat right now, watching the show.
Hi, Mom.
She said,
Hi, Mom.
Love watching you shine. Super proud.
Nice.
From Mom.
That's nice.
He misses your cooking.
I do.
Go back in the show and watch all the compliments. First question is, this is a real salmon arm question. Is the Ogopogo real?
Absolutely.
All right.
I've seen it.
I thought
You've
so.
seen the Ogopogo?
I could have sworn. Okay. I've seen some weird stuff out in the woods, too.
Was that like oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Like Sasquatch kind of stuff?
I don't know. It was something. Me and my brother saw something one day when we were coming back from the gym, and I thought it was a bear at first, but it was, I don't know. I don't think so. I called it a chupacabra, but I know that's probably not the right word for it, but it was something.
Yeah?
Yeah. Something.
And what is the other thing?
It's kind of like Loch Ness.
The Loch Ness?
Yeah, but it's in
the water.
Shuswap, yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
Listen, you gotta get out
Okay,
there.
there you go.
All
You heard
right.
it here first. Ogopogo is real. It's in Salmon Arm.
Yep.
Okay.
Gabe, which do you prefer, run blocking or pass protection?
Run blocking. Yeah, definitely. I just find it's easier for, it's a bit more of a gut check than like pass blocking. I find is a lot more technical. Run blocking, you can get away with some of your technique stuff if you just kind of hunker down and
Maul somebody.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you have any tattoos or any Maori tattoos from your time in New Zealand?
I don't. I have a tattoo, but it's just a bear that I have on my arm. I think my dad, some of his mean some stuff, because he had some friends down there that he talked to about it and stuff like that. But I don't have any related tattoos to that.
Is your mom and dad like big people too?
My dad's a pretty big dude.
Yeah.
I
met him last year.
He's probably like 6'3".
So
like that.
It was before rookie camp.
Oh,
and
right.
I'm walking into the stadium, and this guy comes up, and he says, he if you don't know him, who the hell's this guy?
Right.
Yeah, I'm here to watch practice. How do I get in here? Sort of thing. He's a big dude too. Let me.
Big beard,
big
long
beard.
hair.
Yeah. He's a big dude, so I can see where you get it from.
Yeah,
right on.
Yeah,
we don't just let anyone in here, sir.
Whatever you need, sir.
It is funny though, because mom's like 5'2".
Oh,
and
yeah?
she's tiny. Yeah. So yeah.
And your brothers are big.
So the oldest is the smallest. He's 6 foot, so he's still like a decent size. And then the middle brother Jake is about 6'4".
Okay,
so,
but they're not pushing 3.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Next question is, it's a two-parter.
Yeah.
Do you have a dream Lego set? And have you ever been to any of the Lego theme parks?
I haven't been to any of the theme parks, unfortunately. Dream Lego set. Me and my wife this past year built, or it might have been 2 years ago, we built we got a ton of sets of the Harry Potter ones. Mm-hmm. And if there was a way they could make that all into like one big set, that'd be like really cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
I love those ones.
Yeah.
That's wicked. I remember what I forgot earlier, and it was a shout out Winnipeg Sports Talk for sending our viewers over to us because
as
they had
per usual. Thanks.
They had their show today from Breezy Bend Golf Course, so they had a great show, and then they sent their viewers over to us. So if you haven't heard of Winnipeg Sports Talk, you're messing up. Go over to their channel, subscribe. They do a great show every single day. So thanks as always to them, Huss and Remo and the rest of the crew. This next question, I'm just going to trust that it makes sense. It means nothing to me, but I'm going to read it out, and you can tell me if it makes sense or not.
Yeah.
Would you rather decleat a linebacker opening a huge hole or kick out to tight end for a play to catch a big pass?
Decleat. Absolutely.
That's a technical term, decleat?
Yeah, it's like when you hit someone so hard their cleats come off. That'd be really cool. I would love to do to get a pass, but I just know for a fact my knees would be getting cleared out immediately. So that doesn't seem too appealing to me. So yeah,
you'll leave those for Tui.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right.
Yeah.
Next question: do you shed weight on a humid game day? Is that a thing?
Yeah. So I didn't weigh myself after this Toronto game, but I definitely lost some weight.
What do you get to ballpark it? What do you think?
Probably 8 pounds.
Is that right?
Something like that. Yeah. Wow. It's especially tough though, because you drink so much for a humid game. So then a lot of it's just water and you just feel like crap at the end of it. Just so many fluids have come out. So yeah.
Nice. Next question is, what position did you like playing in rugby?
I loved playing 8-man. So at the back of the scrum, I really liked it because at a certain point, if we were at a certain position on the field, I could just take the ball right out and kind of do a sneak. I liked playing prop when I was a little shorter. Now it's really tough at my height, it's tough to get into that position. Sorry, I don't know how much you know about rugby, but prop, don't really like it. And then lock was my other position. I found my neck got cranked too much with being in the scrum. So, yeah, 8-man was my favorite.
If I saw you running around the edge with the ball and
I
had to try to tackle you, I think I'd quit the game. I'm done. Where's the Babington court? I can't do this.
I think a couple people had that experience. Running with a full head of steam.
Okay, I'm not alone then.
Next question. Could you switch to D-line if injuries happened in a game?
I have no clue, to be honest. I haven't played D-line since grade 12. So I'd like to believe that I could do it, but not sure how good my technique would be in there.
I think that's all we have for questions.
Right on.
Awesome.
Good questions as usual. I should get people to submit questions beforehand to help me out with my own little script. That's awesome. Okay, so thanks a ton to Coors Light Duran Equipment as always for sponsoring. Thanks to Winnipeg Sports Talk, Huss and Remo for sending their viewers over here. Appreciate that very much. Thanks a ton for Gabe.
Absolutely.
That was a lot of fun, Gabe. You're
thank
amazing.
you for having me.
Thanks to Josh and Sam and Cam and Ryland, and I don't know if Smart's back yet, but for making this work. Josh, our producer, always helps me get through this stuff, so I really appreciate it. Remember to like and subscribe. We'll be back next Tuesday, 3 o'clock, to do our show again, and it's on YouTube and X Live. Mm-hmm. And if you miss it, you can find it on our YouTube page, and I'll put a link to the today's episode in my stories, so keep your eye open for that. You should not miss this if it's out there. If you don't see it live, you can find it elsewhere. Remember, Thursday night, Military Appreciation Night and Wear White Night. Thanks for the burgers, too. I forgot about that. And appreciate everybody for tuning in. We'll see you next Tuesday at 3 p.m.